So I've been looking a lot at straightening irons, and I have an option that I have liked for a long time. It is on the cheaper end, and I feel like it's starting to fade as far as how hot it gets and how fast it heats up. So I wanted to look at some higher end options, see what I'm missing out on. And my hairdresser told me that one of the most important things is to just run a straightener through your hair once per section, so to get whatever heat is necessary for that. And then the other things to keep in mind are getting plates that are either titanium, ceramic, or tourmaline to get the most even heat. So with that in mind, I'll show you a few options that I've been looking at, and then some comparison between them. So first up, we have the Remington T-Studio Pearl Slim Straightener. I just call it my Remington Pearl. It's made with ceramic plates. The heat range is pretty wide, from 300 to 450, and it's got a nice LED display so that you can set it exactly to the temperature you'd like. And then it's also got a visual kind of like loading bar that shows you when it's fully heated, which is really nice. Now it does say that it heats in 15 seconds. I've had this for quite a while now, and I'm finding that if it did ever heat within 15 seconds, it certainly doesn't anymore. It takes more like a minute or more. So that part's a little bit of a bummer now. But what it does do is it has a safety shutoff, which is really nice. It's got plates that are pretty long, so over 4 1/4 inches. And it's got the nice little locking feature so that you can lock it closed for transport or even for better storage in your cupboard. Overall, I've been pretty happy with it, and it's got some good features to it. I'm just finding that it takes longer to heat up now, and I'm not thinking that it heats to the same degree that it used to. So next up is the THD Classic 1-inch styling iron right here, and it's got ceramic plates. One thing about it is that it doesn't have multiple heat settings. It only heats to the optimal, according to GHD, 365 degrees. I'm not sure who the optimal target audience is for that. For me, I felt like I had to run it through my hair slower to get a good straighten out of it, and I prefer to just kind of run it through pretty quick. It does heat up really quickly. It heats in 30 seconds. It gives a good beep. It was ready before I was even ready for it, so that was nice. It has a safety shutoff called the sleep mode, so that's nice. Another thing I don't like about it though is that it only has 3.5 inch long plates, and with my Remington Pearl I got spoiled with the 4 1/4 inch plates, and so with this one I have to separate out less hair, and I'm having to run it through my hair more slowly because of the heat. So in general, this is not a quick straighten for me. It takes a little bit longer. So for those reasons, I'm not super thrilled with it. So now we have the T3 Single Pass Luxe 1-inch styling iron. And this one has tourmaline and ceramic plates. It ranges from 260 degrees to 410 degrees. It does a light system to show you where it's at in the heat process and how high it's heating to. So it's not as snazzy as an LED display, but it indicates, which is nice. It does not do an audible indication when it's heated. It just stops cycling through, so you know by looking at it that it's done heating. It does not have a safety shut-off mode, which is a little bit of a bummer. And the biggest bummer for me is that, once again, the plates are only 3.5 inches, and I got really spoiled with my 4.5 inch plates. So that's the T3 Luxe. It's beautiful, but not quite perfect for me. So now we have the Babyless or Babyless Pro Nano Titanium Ionic Straightening Iron, which is a mouthful, but it has titanium plates and ceramic heater, which claims to heat instantly. I have a hard time just trusting that when I turn it on, it's automatically hot. So I leave it on the counter for a little bit to make sure that it's ready for me, but it does make that claim. It heats up to 450 degrees, and it's got a really nice LED display, simple buttons to operate it, and you can set it at exactly what you want. So 300, 340, 375, etc. It's really nice. You can see exactly what you're setting it at. However, I'm not seeing that has any heat indicator as far as this is hot and ready, which goes back to the claim of it's just instantly hot. So maybe they don't need a heat indicator. It does not have a safety shutoff, which is a little bit of a bummer, But what it does have is it has the 4 1/4 inch plates, which I'm so happy about. In general, I was pretty happy with this. It doesn't have the lock to close, but I'm not finding many options or any options that do beyond the Remington Pearl. And that's an old one, so maybe it's a feature that's no longer in play. But in general, I've been pretty happy with this one. I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to put links to all of the straighteners in the description, and subscribe and like if you want to see more videos.